Hello everyone and welcome back to the revisit of Waloria WoW. Last time we ended at around level 17, it was a few months back even, so they did a few updates, they made a few changes, and this time we even have Fractional, the developer of the channel, in the chat. I also made the chat permanent visible this time around, so if you have any questions, if you want to know anything about the server, then feel free to ask. He will maybe try to do his best to do a short Q&A. And so thanks a lot, Fractional, for being here and for, well, trying to provide some help. So yeah, I made a new character. We will just start completely fresh and, well, just maybe discover a few things along the way and just look how everything will go. I think I will stay in the starting zone because I like it very much, and like, in case you don't know, in case you didn't watch my last video of the whole Waloria experience, you can actually change the starting zone, which is pretty nice, but I think for this start we will just stay around this area right now. The XP rate should be 3 times. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think it should be. And the difficulty is a bit tuned, so it's actually, especially like later on, the difficulty is pretty hard. From Fractional, he told me that from level 10 to 20 it's like the hardest part. So we will see how things go. I will, like, the thing about Waloria, if you're not too sure, like, I won't make a proper tutorial here, like in my last video I explained a few things, but just really quick, you basically can pick from different spells. The spell cap has been reduced to 25 maximum spells. Before that you basically could get everything. And along the way, like each level you get an opportunity to get a different spell, and that makes the server very unique and very interesting. And so here we go. First damaging spell, because like I think for the first level you should at least pick up 1 damaging spell. And out of those, I think Viscerate wouldn't make that much sense, right? We don't have a combo generator yet, so I think we'll go with the Emulate here. And well, try to finish off enemies with a few auto attacks. So let's see how that works. I also, like, from my old character, he was over level 10, so I was able to basically get the talents that he had and the abilities. Like, I was able to convert them into tomes. This is like another feature of the server. From level 10 onwards you can actually convert spells into tomes and can send it to other characters. You can trade it with other characters, which makes this, I think, like a really, I don't know, it motivates you to basically interact with other people, to maybe even create twins, to search the world for other spells, because not only do you get spells by leveling up, but you also get spells from killing rare mobs. And so yeah, pretty great stuff if you ask me. And what I was trying to say is that from my old character I basically well, created some tomes, and I think, like, once we get to the next mailbox, then I will pick up some of those spells, so we have a bit easier time early on. And yeah, that should be the, like, channelable kind of thing. That like the overview about the most, I think, the most important and interesting points in the game. And as I said, along, like, while we level, we will cover a lot of other stuff, and I will try to cover a lot of information about the server, but just like as a short heads up. So I guess something else that's rather interesting is that this is like free to play. You can, I have like a few links in the description down below if you're interested. You can just hop onto the server, very easy registration. It's open beta currently. The release, there's not a date that's like sure about, like maybe I would say end of January, but that's not confirmed, so it's actually yeah, like no confirmed release date yet. And yeah, again, you basically you get your spells while you level up. So we had another level, so we can go for maybe another damaging spell, a healing spell, or a buff. And this is completely random. Like each character you create new, each strength you create basically plays different because of that reason. And I will go for a buff here, and let's see. I think I like the Seal of Righteousness. I like that quite a bit. If you want to compare this, like, I mean, the comparison to WoW Awakening is rather close, I guess, or but actually there's a lot of things that are different. Like, besides this whole classless scenario, both servers, they have a different approach. For example, there's no open world PvP, and so I picked up Immolate, I picked up Seal of Righteousness, but it does not mean that I actually can go to a class trainer and have this like spell upgradable for the rest of the game. You basically have to discover each spell, like each rank for each spell you have to discover along the way, and you can't just upgrade it with class trainers. So Immolate will stay rank 1 for the rest of this game if we don't find another one by leveling up or by maybe trading it or discovering it, and so that's something you also have to keep in mind. And that makes it also pretty hard to actually obtain every spell in the game. And again, recently they nerfed it, so you can't actually obtain every spell in the game on one character. It's limited to 25 active spells right now and talents, so that's something you have to keep in mind. As you can see here, the gear is actually, like, you can pick up everything you want, and you of course you also get all the class quests, and since it's 3 times XP, it's actually rather worth it to pick those up and well, just complete them for some extra easy experience. And yeah, big thanks again. I'm just looking at the chat for Fractional for actually taking his time to answer a few questions. Very nice of him. And yeah, should also not take too much space on the screen. Yeah, I think that's looking good. So yeah, another level. Another difference, as you can see here, it's basically like, one thing is there's like this is rather similar to Awakening, like your stat allocation. You can choose that as you wish. So I just will put a few into agility, maybe one to intellect. And another thing is that there's actually energy, like your only resource is energy in the game. Which also makes up for some very interesting new playstyle. Like, there's no mana class, so to say. Like, each spell has been tuned down or up to a certain energy cost, and it really, again, it plays very differently to anything I have played so far. But it also makes it very unique and very fun. Like, you might want to compare this to WoW Awakening, but it's really, besides like the approach of having a classless kind of character, or a character that can be very custom regarding his spells, this still plays very different. I can't stress this out enough. So yeah, links are down in the description. If you want to play right away, then you can just hop on. Again, very easy to register, and yeah, I would recommend to just try it out if you like. So now we have a buff, we have a damaging spell, and since I already have some, like I mentioned this earlier, since I already had a character on this realm, I took some of his spells, some of his abilities, and basically sent them back to this one right here. So I already know, okay, I have a few damaging spells waiting for me at the mailbox in, I think it's Dolonar, right? Yeah. And so I know, okay, I think I'm quite okay regarding damage. Maybe we get some more buffs, you know, and I think that's what we're going to do. And Devotion Aura, this is actually pretty great. Maybe not the Devotion Aura itself, but auras like or like stances, battle stance, for example. If you ever pick that up, or if it ever is available to you, I would highly recommend you to pick that one up if you plan to go for that kind of character, because as you might know, this is actually one of those kind of spells or abilities that you don't have to upgrade, that basically stays at the same level all the time, so it's actually very valuable in my opinion. Okay, let's see. I think I will go for the... I think I still will go for the Battle Shout here, because it only, like, there's also no rage, of course, no mana, no rage, so you can use that all the time. Like, if you have some, yeah, energy left, then this is actually pretty valuable, and I think I will just pick that one up. I think there will be maybe Fractional will answer this question, but just because I'm looking at it right now, I think there will be a character vibe once the open beta is over. And oh, looks like he's answering it right now. So yeah, I think before I say anything wrong, I will just let him do the talking and concentrate a bit on the server and maybe explain a few things. I guess that's a bit better. So as you can see, the difficulty actually has been tuned up, so even fighting against an enemy that is around your level range can be very hard, and got a lucky crit here, but you have to be quite careful. And like, this enemy is level 4 and I'm level 3, so I'm actually not quite sure if I should even go for that one, and I think I'd rather stick to my level 3 minions right now, because again, this server actually does not fuck around. It's actually pretty hard, especially like the level 10 to 20 range can be very interesting. You have to maybe figure out a few strategies, keep some heal spells going, and this is like the level range where you, like, where your character is not quite ready yet. Like, the plans you have in mind for your character, you can't really, like, he is not really built for anything, and you have to still collect certain spells, and that's like why you are very vulnerable, and which makes the level range pretty harsh. Okay, so let's pick up a healing spell here. Let's see. This is also quite interesting. I did not notice this in my last Let's Play, but there are also like different ranks for the, like, not only like rank 1, rank 2, but lesser heal, for example, 2-second cast. I think I will take that one. It's a bit stronger, like, it takes more time, it costs more energy, but I think that's worth it. I think I will pick that one up. And it should be very helpful. Again, heal is very valuable in this kind of scenario, because you don't really have mana issues. So if you get really low, like for example, I'm like at 100 HP right now, this heals for around 70, 80, so I can pretty much just use this as I want to, and which makes it, like, heals in this game are very, very good, especially early on. You need them, and yeah, without the mana issue, you can just use them as you like. Yeah, by the way, actually really impressed by this project. There's a lot of stuff the developers are going for here. Very custom, kind of very ambitious kind of project. There's also, I think, like custom boss fights with different mechanics, some sort of guild building, well, overhaul, and it's all in the beta, it's all very experimental right now, but it's still being worked on, and I think that's yeah, something very admirable, at least for me. Like, I think it's quite amazing how much work and time is put into this, and also all the creativity. Recently there have been, I think we will see them maybe later on as we go along, there are some, I think RAIs are they called, and basically they wander around the world like pretty hard kind of enemy groups that well, actually can be killed. They drop some valuable loot as far as I'm concerned, but they are really hard. Like, they use different kinds of spells. They are like in a group with one leader, and they also have different kinds of phases even. Like, it's almost like a little boss fight. I tried to kill one of those guys like on my earlier character, like when I was still setting up some things for the stream, and I just got completely wrecked. They use different kinds of spells, and like once they drop below a certain HP threshold, they just unleash a bunch of various kind of well, spells and abilities, and actually very hard to kill them, but I think also pretty rewarding once everything is set up. So yeah, again, just so much stuff, like as if the whole kind of custom classless server creation thingy wasn't enough. There's actually so much thought process put into this, and that's quite amazing. So I think the best thing that can happen to you once you start out is getting a Sinister Strike. This is like one of the best spells early on, just because you have a slow, good two-hand weapon. It's quite reminiscent of WoW Awakening in that regard, that it's just very like a pretty cookie-cutter kind of playstyle you might want to take. Since I have a Sinister Strike awaiting me in the mailbox already, it's actually like okay not to go for one when it pops up right now. But yeah, keep that in mind. If you start out on the server and you pass by Sinister Strike, then make sure to pick that one up. Even if it stays rank 1, it will be useful later on, just because it also creates combination points, and actually pretty strong spell in that regard. Actually so nice being able to concentrate on the game and maybe, well, explaining a few things. So again, huge shout out to Fractional for being here, and huge thanks. This makes things a lot easier for me, and also I don't spread any misinformation as far as I'm concerned, at least. And well, it's really nice to have the information like firsthand from a developer actually who knows his stuff, who can answer you the questions right away. So yeah, very much appreciated. And again, this whole project deserves far more attention. Kind of regretting that I kind of let it go for like 1 or maybe even 2 months is it now. But yeah, I'm planning to do some, like, to make this a bit more regular series, to actually, well, increase the population a bit, and to, well, showcase a few things. Looks like we have a hello there. I guess you're watching the stream, so I guess I can just talk to you right here. Okay, I think it's time for another damaging spell, and let's see what we got. Serpent Sting, of course, requires a ranged weapon. Moonfire sounds actually quite nice, but I also like Shadow Word Pain. But since they are both level 1, they actually don't deal that much damage. I think 18 seconds, it's actually quite long. Like, level 1 Shadow Word Pain is really not that strong. Later on it gets insane, but I think for now I will just take the Moonfire. And that's the great thing, like, if I would start a new character now, like a new Twink, like this drink would play completely different just because the spells are so random, and you have the ability to basically build a variety of characters, and that's quite nice. It also encourages drinking in that sense that although you can find spells later on in dungeons from rare mobs, like the tomes I was talking about earlier, like the other way to get spells, of course, is also by just leveling up. And well, if you maybe get another one to 60 and he has some spells you need on your other character, then you can trade with each other characters. And again, you also can trade with people around the world, and that makes it also quite easy to obtain a few spells that are really nice for your kind of playstyle you want to go for. Oh hey, Hamsterreal. Thanks for joining the stream. I think I already commented on your video, but again, thanks for making this whole kind of overview / insight about creating videos. I think that was really nice. I mean, myself, I just play stuff, but like the few videos I did where I actually did some editing and well, cutting and everything, I think it's quite nice that people maybe get some insight into how things actually, like how much time it takes to actually produce such videos. So I think I also have like a short overview in the description down below. Again, this is like a Wrath of the Lich King client reduced down to vanilla standard basically, and the difficulty is still higher. Like let's take that one. Again, it's been tuned up, so it's actually really not that easy. As you might have noticed, we also don't have a Hearthstone. We will get one once we get to Dolonar, and then we just speak to the innkeeper and get one as usual. I mean, usually you start off with a Hearthstone, but in this case, since you can, I think it's also because you can start on different kind of starting areas if you want. Maybe they just cut it one out until you get to your first inn to actually obtain your Hearthstone. By the way, Fractional, is the 3 times XP rate, will it be a thing when the server goes live, or is it just like for the open beta testing? That would be something I would be interested in. Okay, let's turn in a few quests. Again, although you get a lot of XP here and you kinda out-level your starting zone, keep in mind, again, the enemies have been scaled up, like the balance has been, the difficulty has been increased. So keep that in mind. And that it's actually not that bad to maybe out-level your current quest zone for like 1 or 2 levels, just because it's much more easier to fight enemies that are below your current level. Because even 1 or 2 levels above you actually, well, gets really tricky. Alright, yeah. So looks like this will be also a thing in the actual, like, when things go live, so it's good to know. And I think that's also a thing that actually is quite nice, to be honest. Because again, getting a bit higher than you need to, like out leveling your current zone. In this case, it's not bad. Alright, and now we have our first utility spell. I think we will pick that up right away. Let's see what we can get with this. So after level 6 you have the chance, like not only damage, heal, buff, you also get another, like the fourth one, utility. And let's see what we get here. I actually like charge quite a bit. I guess Earthshock is quite nice as well, conjure food. But charge, well, the thing about charge is it needs battle stance, and we have that. Like I can send it to myself, like through the mailbox. We already obtained battle stance on another character, but I also obtained charge on another character. So there's no use for me to get that one right away. So I think I can just take an Earthshock here. Usually I would take charge, but again, I already have that one on another character. By the way, which does not mean that that there's no merit into picking up like spells twice, because there is. I had it on another character, and since I picked the tome up from this kind of character, it's actually gone on the other one. You know, like it does not get like duplicated. It actually vanishes on the character you create tomb and on the tome, and that's something you have to keep in mind as well. But yeah, in this case I decided for another spell because I basically deleted the old character who had all the spells. So yeah, there's actually no reason for me. So as you can see, with a few spells now and actually a level that is a bit above the current zone, everything goes much easier. And yeah, I mean, as it's in every RPG, along your journey you basically get stronger and stronger, and you increase your damage, you increase your utility, you heal, and just like that you grow, you level up, you get powerful, and the start can be a bit rough, but at a certain point you are like you get really strong. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Fractional. There's actually, like, you can see it on screen now. Like, you can also see, like, what kind of spells are on the server and, well, under what kind of category they are. Like, where you can find, if you want a certain spell and you think, is that a buff? Is that a utility? Like, under which category is this actually? Then they also have a custom site where you can just check that out, and I would highly recommend you to do that. As you can see by this comment, you can collect a lot of spells, but usable, again, like the limit is at 25, otherwise it would be a bit too broken. Like after a certain time, characters just would have the strongest and sickest kind of synergies, and that's the thing they want to counteract with this limitation a bit. And I still think like 25 spells is actually still okay. Like, sounds good to me. Of course, there's been a lot of thought about body balancing, and this is the number they came up with, and I think I can trust the developers on that part. When they say 25 is actually a good limit, then I think they are totally right with this. Keep in mind, it's still open beta. There might still be, like, everything is subject to change. There might still be things that will differentiate when things go live, and balancing might tune out differently. So that's something you always should remember. Yeah, Leakstick, you are one of my first subscribers, I think. Like, really, really early on. I remember you. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining the stream. Really glad you are here. Yeah, population would be really cool if some more people could join this. I really think this deserves much more attention. It's like all this ambition and creativity that goes into this. And again, it's free. You can just join it. It's like a patch you have to install, but it's like, I don't know, 60, 70 megabyte, like really small patch, which you can always just deactivate and activate as you like. So yeah, very easy to install, uninstall, so to say, and yeah. If you're into that kind of thing, if you are still waiting to get maybe also in the WoW Awakening beta and you just can't play it, then give this server here a go. It plays differently. I can't, like, sorry if I repeat myself on that. It's quite different, but to some degree it's also like it has a similar approach, at least like the idea about the classless kind of system, but it just plays very differently. Do I have experienced the item variations yet? No, I haven't. Would be nice if you can say a few things about that if you want. I'm actually not sure what you mean by that. Is it also like some sort of Diablo-esque kind of variation of like different stats on the items? That would be the thing that would come to my mind first. Currently thinking about if there's something else I can talk about, because again, there's just so much stuff that is new, that is fresh, and I just want to make sure not to miss out on anything. But I think Fractional is also doing a great job with answering a few things on the chat and providing you with some information, so I think that's fine. Oh, there's the answer. I think I will read it out to you guys, although you should be able to read it on the screen as well. But the different variation for every item, my item variation would be an item with unique stats. So anytime an item drops, the stats for that item is unique to the drop. That's actually quite great. Yeah. As you can see, just so much different kind of stuff. Cool. Oh, by the way, we still did not allocate our stat points. Let's see. Maybe we go a bit more into intellect, agility, stamina could be nice. Yeah, that should be fine. Like, I think the difference to our awakening in this case is also that you can't really get your allocation points back. So you have to be probably a bit more careful with like what path you want to go and with what kinds of stat line you want to choose. Like, think a bit about what you do here, like instead of just like me, just putting it anywhere. Like I don't want to get into too much detail right now because I want to just play along and experience as much as possible, like from the game. But yeah, it looks like you can't actually get your allocation points back right now, and so keep that in mind. Like, don't just spend them all over the place. So you can see you also obtain your different kinds of skills, like weapon skills, armor skills, as soon as you level up. So that's quite convenient. I'm not too sure if this is also like subject to change for the live start, if this is like just an open beta thing. But yeah, interesting to keep in mind that you don't have to do the weapon skilling, which in my opinion is a great thing. Oh, inventory is full. Like, that's one of those things that I'm really glad about, that retail and like later expansions got rid of this whole weapon skilling kind of thing. It just, especially if you're a really high level and you did not play with a weapon for your whole game, it can get very tedious. So it's actually totally fine by me. I know there might be some people who think like, this is like not Blizz-like. I like to skill my weapons up, and it's completely fine as well. But like, as a personal preference for me, it's really appreciated that I don't have to put in the time to actually, well, bring up my weapons. Oh, that was one too early. Okay, I think like damage wise we are quite good. We have some healing spells awaiting us as well on the mailbox. Maybe let's go for some more buffs. I guess that's something you can't really have too much of if you already are stacked out on healing and on spells. So let's see, what can we get? Oh, nice, demon skin. Oh, and battle stance, that's also quite great. Again, we have that one already, so this is one of those spells I was talking about. Battle stance actually quite great. There's no level into that, and you basically have to stance all the time. You have to keep in mind though, it basically occupies your stance button, your stance slot, so that's something you should not forget. And but if you are like going for some melee warrior kind of class, then you should be good to go, just picking that one up. Since we have it already, I think I will go for demon skin. Demon skin is actually also one of those buffs that is really amazing. Like, the armor will scale down after time, like plus 90 armor, that's good for now, but later on it will just be pretty weak. But you have to keep in mind that the 20% heal increase you get from your healing spells, that will always persist like through all the levels. And so spells like this, it's like, again, a bit similar to Awakening. Spells like this are just good on every level, especially like on Waloria, because again, you don't get the upgraded version from trainers. You would have to find one again, like later on. But the plus 20% healing is just something you can keep through your whole gameplay. And yeah, that's of course really nice if you ask me. Okay, let's walk back and then we are off to Dolona, where things actually will pick up. Like, this will be the point where we might die a few times even. Like before I started recording, I had a test character. I went through Starpriest Village and actually had a really bad time there because I underestimated some of the enemies, and that will be a thing where we have to be really careful. I think like once we are on Dolona, I will make a quick relog, send over a few things to this character, and then we should be able to have a nice kind of leveling. By the way, Fractional, does the extra experience from groups still work? That would be something I would be very interested in. Then, then I would maybe join a group if I get some more bonus XP that way. That would be very nice. But if not, it's also quite fine. Like, free time experience is actually really nice so far. Alright, let's make our way to Dolona and then we have a quick relog, I think. Let's go for summer utility. Fear, that's also one of those spells that actually is super great. Same thing with Polymorph. Really great stuff. They have both merits, they have both weak and strong points, but I think ultimately I will decide for Fear. Patrick, I did not experience many bugs, to be honest. Like, there is this whole, like I explained this really briefly in the previous segment, like RAIs that are some sort of patroning, like, what do you call it in English? They walk around. They walk around like small groups of enemies that you can kill and that drop some major loot, but also are very difficult. And the pathing of those kind of groups is a bit bugged out right now. Like, but it's very fresh. So like he just implemented into the server, so there will still be a lot of work required to actually get it done correctly. So but besides that, I'm actually like I did not experience any bugs so far. So again, shout out to Fractional for doing such a great work, and any other developer that is part of this project. I don't want to do anyone an injustice by not mentioning that. Patrolling, okay. Thanks, Hamster. Yeah. The struggle is real. Free for all PvP and items dropping on death is not a thing on this server. The name Muffin Man, good question. I don't know, I think like I had once an undead rogue when I played in retail early on, and for some reason, like I'm a big fan of scrubs, and Dr. Bob Kelso was humming this tune and like, do you know the buff? I don't know, it just sounded fun. It was like, it had something fun about it to call like an undead rogue Muffin Man. It's like some sort of like Candyman. It's quite a contrast. For some reason I enjoyed that, and yeah, since then it's stuck around. So it's a bit of a mix between some reference of one of my favorite TV shows and just stupid shit. Okay, let's pick up a few quests here, and then again we will log out real quick and get this character some new spells, so we can actually also see how this whole kind of skill into tomes, yeah, I think it's tomes, process works out. But before I do that, I will just pick up my Hearthstone really quick, otherwise I just forget it and will have a lot of trolling. Alright. So let's log out here real quick and get some spells. So as you can see, once we hit level 10, and we will be shortly on the other character as well, you get this inscribe feature. And what this does is when activate any spell clicked on the side of your spellbook, the item will be turned into a scroll. So we have some of those ready right here. Those are the manuals, and those are the kind of things I will send to my character right now. I will give you a short example just because we are talking about it right away. So I click this now, it's activated, as you can see over there. Sorry, over there. And what I would do now is basically just click on the battle shout, and just like that, like really also scripting wise, this is quite amazing. Like the mechanics, I'm always like super surprised how smoothly and how well this works. But yeah, basically we just obtained a manual of battle shout, and this battle shout I now can use to trade with someone, to send it to my other characters, and basically build characters like I want him to. Like, oh, I found like a damage spell on my healer character. Not really that I need it on this one, but hey, I have a character that actually wants to go for physical damage, so I just sent him Sinister Strike right away. So really great stuff, very easy, very straightforward. And now we'll just go right here and send Muffin Man some spells. We'll send him my Sinister Strike, like I did this before, like before the stream started, to make it a bit faster. I will send him a charge, battle stance, and Blessing of Might. I don't think that I think that overrides the battle shout. So yeah, and I think also the Eviscerate. Okay, and just like that, we sent him a few things. I think I will also send him maybe few silver just for 2 more extra back slots, and yeah, then we are good to go basically. So just to show you how this works. Oh, sorry that I ignored you. No, I'm not a muffin. Satisfied? Okay. Damn it, Patrick. I told you I don't want anyone to know this. Okay, let's see. We get all those spells I just sent to myself, basically. Of course, you have to match the level requirement. That's something you should keep in mind. Now I learn Sinister Strike. There it is. Very easy, very simple. Yeah, that's that, basically. So I'm still in awe. Like, I think this is, like, scripting mechanic wise, this is just really, really nice. And really mad props to Fractional and to the developers, if there's anyone else involved in this, for this very nice, linear, straightforward mechanics. Okay, let's see. So we are in battle stance now. That's why my spells are not any longer in the bar. So let's see. Shock 4. That's a heal. And also let's get the Sinister Strike. Battle Shout I have rank 2, but yeah, I have to learn that yet. Like, it's level 12, so I actually can't learn it right away. Okay, I think we are well set right now. Let's rebuff it. And just like that, we can continue our journey. Always make sure to learn cooking in Dolonar, because it provides you with a quest, in case you did not know that. It's like the same thing on every server, from vanilla till Cataclysm. It's something you can keep in mind. But I would like a few more back slots actually. Let's see. Where is the general goods? Ah, yeah, I know. I think I know where it is. Never mind. I'm wrong here. So we are nearly at 1 hour. If you enjoyed the server, if you enjoyed the video, a like would be much appreciated. It also maybe makes it possible that the video itself gets a bit more exposure, and the server also, so that would be really nice. Of course, only if you like this kind of stuff. Okay, a few more bags. And now we are like at the new kind of zone, which means like level 5 to 10 enemies. They are pretty strong, so I'm quite glad I'm level 8 already, so I can actually fight against those kind of enemies. As you can see, level 5 is actually, like, it's completely fine. I have to add though, we have a pretty nice set of spells. Usually, of course, you would have less, you maybe would not have that great of synergy. Like, Demon Skin is actually an awesome spell early on. So, yeah. Since I had another character and I was able to provide me with some spells, things go easier right now. And again, those enemies are quite low level, so that's another reason for that. Oh, looks like I actually forgot to... I was wondering, I think I'm lacking like one spell, and that's Immolate. So let's also make sure to equip that one. Like when I started out playing this, I was a bit skeptical about the whole resource kind of distribution, like that there's only energy and basically nothing else. But I have to say it works really well, and it makes the gameplay very fluent, and that's what I like the most about it. That you don't have to make that pauses. Like, sometimes you have to pause to heal yourself up, but I mean, you can do that with your healing spells, and then the energy is replenishing rather quickly. And this will be interesting at later stages, like regarding the dungeon and raid kind of experience. We'll see how that works. So yeah, looking forward to that. But like, at least for the level experience, this is working very nicely. Wind energy and mana. I hope Fractional can answer this to you. Like, My suspicion would be that it's also about the balancing kind of scenario. I guess maybe it's even easier to balance things out if you only have one resource. Like you can maybe scale the different kinds of abilities a bit better. If we have one straightforward kind of resource. But that would only be my guess. Yeah, maybe Fractional can answer this a bit better to you. I mean, only having one resource, as you can see, it makes it... How can I put it? It's actually... You only should have a few spells, like for damage, for example. It does not make sense to stack up on too many damaging spells, because in the end you only have this one resource to use. And that's why, of course, you... Well, sometimes it's like you... I also could just use my Sinister, basically Sinister spam. So that's something you have to keep in mind. Like stacking up on all kinds of different damaging spells is actually like rather inefficient. I think that buffs utility spells. Oh, by the way, there's like one of those RAIs kind of patrolling groups. Maybe we will see that one later, a bit closer. But just to finish my point, I think like buffs, utility spells actually have a lot more value, at least at a certain level. Just because there's only so much you can use, you know. Like in fight, there's only so much you can do. Good point actually about the cost of different spells. I did not pay that much attention to it, but you're right. Sinister Strike actually cost 45. And yeah, the other spells are a bit lower, like ranged spells, ranged attacks. That's a good point. Thanks for pointing that out. So yeah, they will try to balance things in the end, and I think, like from what I'm seeing so far, I'm actually very positive that they will be able to have a nice, polished, finished product. Just because, like what I'm seeing right now, and like in such a developing time, to see how well things work and how much thinking goes into this, I'm actually rather optimistic about the development of the server. So those gardeners are still okay, like they already hit quite hard. But those warriors, like again, on the test character I used to set up a few things. Those were my nightmare. Bane of my existence. Because those strikes, they use it 2 or 3 times in a fight, and as you can see, you just get down really fast, and like even remotely having 2 of those guys on you is basically a guaranteed death. So you have to be very, very tactical here, and try maybe to even kite a bit for the first few seconds of the fight. Maybe you have some damage over time spells that you can use, because otherwise you basically just get focused down way too quick. Again, having a heal is super valuable. I can't stress it out enough. Just because like the only resource is energy, and you can use that from time to time if you like. I think I already mentioned, right, with all the like armor and weapon, like you can basically equip everything you want. Oh, as you can see here, almost died there. Like one crit of those strikes and you are basically dead. But since we have a heal, it's okay. Oh, that's bad. It's really bad. We also have a fear now, which is rather nice. So as you can see, it's actually okay. But two of those guys, I think you are just outclassed, outmatched. I think the patrolling group, they went around this area, but they seem to be gone right now. But we will find another one rather soon, I think. Like, they are all over the world. They are pretty rare. But still you can find them in each zone, I think. And I think once they are killed, they actually take some time to respawn, so yeah. Not that easy to find them, but I think as we go, we will still manage to fight, or maybe at least I can show you those groups, because I don't think I will fight them, to be honest. They just like, if they are at your level and you don't have like 3 other people with you, then they basically kill you without a problem. Hey everyone, wow, 33 new people, that's actually quite amazing. I'm sorry if you are like joining fresh, and maybe I can break it down to you, but a lot of questions have been asked like a lot of times. So you basically, each level you get a new spell, it's randomized, and you can, well, transition the spell into a tome, like a book, which you can send to other characters, be it like twins or other people on the realm. And there's like, it's more focused on PvE. There's like no open PvP and no lose items on death scenario. And that are just really, in a nutshell, really short, breaking down the main difference between the servers. There's actually a lot more. It's like a very independent and different kind of project. But since there have been a lot of questions, like with each new person coming to the stream, of course, there will also be a few more questions. And what I would recommend you to do maybe is also like look in the chat. We have Fractional with us here, like the main developer of the server. And if you are still interested in a lot of things, then maybe scroll up a bit in the text, like in the chat box, and I hope you can find a few answers there. Of course, if there are like little things, I will try to answer it, and of course, Fractional also takes his time to answer a lot of the questions that are currently asked. But yeah, just as a quick heads up. So yeah, I'm still looking out for the patrolling group. Actually not too sure where they went, but yeah, we will find them. They will return. Those are basically mini bosses. I think that's the best way to explain it. You can group up, try to kill those those groups because like alone you have no chance of killing them if you are maybe if you are 10 levels higher or something, but before that they are just super strong. Okay, another level, another spell, and the thing is we already have a lot of damaging spells, but again you have to keep in mind you need, like, in order to rank up you can't just go to a class trainer, you actually have to pick up damaging spells also, like at a bit higher rate, a bit higher level, and I think that's why we are going for another damaging spell, because I have the feeling at least that our spells right now are getting a bit weak. And regarding utility, we are actually quite fine. So let's just pick one up. Okay, missiles, heroics. Heroic strike can actually work, I think. Energy bolt, I think that's still a level... Yeah, that could be level 2. I think that's level 2 energy bolt. Maybe another eviscerate. I think the one we have is rank 1. And this should be a rank 2. So I think I will pick up that one. Yeah, okay. Of course you also have your racial abilities, so it also matters what kind of race you choose. If you want to go for a certain kind of playstyle, for a certain kind of class, like melee, healer. Sometimes, I mean, in some way you have to decide at least on the main kind of build you want to go for, right? And that's something to keep in mind, that you also have all your racial abilities, and that for some kind of builds, some racials are just straight out better.
Can I assist you?
Wow, 42 people, that's actually like a new record. Thanks for joining the stream. Oh, we have a lot of points left. So far, I think, since we have Sinister Strike and also picked up a new level in Eviscerate, I think we will take the melee damage kind of way, and because of that, I think I will go for agility and strength a bit more. I mean, starting out as a Night Elf, you still have, like, you already have a high agility base stat line, so maybe someone to this, maybe some more stamina. Okay, that should be fine. Like, health on the server is also a main resource, like something you really should not neglect, and you should at least pick up a few stamina points from time to time, in my opinion. Otherwise things can get very tricky. Oh, Fractional is actually the only developer on the server, so that's quite amazing. Like, for mechanics and bug fixing, I guess. But middle, like, you also, like, recently, I'm also on the Discord of the server, and I think that's the guy who recently upgraded their forum, and it's actually, it looks quite great. So also shout out to him for his fantastic work for the server. Let's see. Maybe new buff. Frost armor. That's actually quite nice. Although Mark of the Val is actually also not that bad. That's hard. I think I'd take rather the Frost armor, because the Mark of the Wild, it does not scale that well. Like, 2 attributes is okay, but the Frost armor, like the movement and attack speed decrease, it always stays the same. It's a bit similar to the demon skin, so I think I would just take the Frost armor here. Devotion aura would override our battle stance, so I think at least. Actually, maybe not. Don't quote me on that. But nonetheless, I think the Defrost Armor is actually the better spell here for us. Just because it scales so much better even without having another level into it. Since this is like a classless realm, you of course can also pick up all different kinds of class quests. So that's why Dolona is just packed with so many different kind of quests right now. So we will of course take some of those as well. Oh yeah, sorry. With the link, is there actually a chance to give you some permission? If I set you as a moderator, can you actually put links that way, or should I have like other settings enabled for that? Yeah, let's pick up 2 more bags, I think. Take it as an investment. Like this is also a class quest you can do if you have the fortification, like a power word fortification? Fortify? Oh, I should know that, sorry. And the healing spell from priest. So we don't have that, so we can't do it, but if you ever pick that up, you can also do quests like class quests like this one. I'm really so happy that Fractional is here. Like, so many questions and people in the chat. There's no way I could actually pay that much attention to it and answer you all the stuff you needed to know. So that's really nice. Oh yeah, by the way, something something also very important. Too bad I did not cover on this yet. Like talents, they are completely different from WoW Awakening. They are rather straightforward. There are no like different talent trees. The thing is, you still can obtain a lot of abilities through the random kind of bar over here, like where you can actually pick up those certain spells. But like the talents, they are rather straightforward. Like you can increase your spell damage, your physical damage. Like it's really all that is to it right now, at least. You can basically focus on a certain path you want to take. So I just will flash really quick over the different kinds of abilities you can pick up, like through talents, and it's like an overall increase in your stat line, in your damage, whatever path you prefer, basically. I actually like the idea of increasing my physical damage by a bit more. So let's put some points into that. I think I have to wait here real quick in order to pick up another quest, so let's just be a bit patient here. Well, I don't think WoW Awakening is shitty, but it's a different approach to the classless system, and a very interesting one, very creative and ambitious one, and I thoroughly enjoy it very much so far. also quite nice. Like, of course, I would prefer it if there would be more people online right now, but like for this part of the game, it's quite relaxing to level without having competition right now. So at least for the stream, it's quite nice. I hope the links are not outdated, like in the description down below. Again, if you want to check out the server, it's open beta, it's free to join. It really takes maybe like 10 minutes to download and install the patch. Like I don't even think you can call it an install. But yeah, it takes almost no time. You can do it rather quick. And if you want to try it out for yourself, then feel free to join the server for a bit. Oh, thanks for the subscription. Alright, currently thinking about like what else is there to explain. Again, the talent system is very straightforward, and but don't be disappointed. Like there are still abilities you can pick up through the while leveling up. As you can see, there's like damage, heal, utility, buff, and in those categories there are also like a lot of abilities, and so like don't be afraid that you can't pick up any talent abilities or anything. It's just that because of the way you obtain abilities in this, or talents in this kind of setting, the talent, thanks for the subscription, the talent tree is actually rather simple, you know. That's the reason for that. The Sherman is strong in this one. Yeah, I agree with you there. But I keep improving, I think. At least I try to. And one day, at least I hope one day there will be a stream when people, I don't know, no, that's bullshit. People will always be able to tell that I'm German, I think. It's just a dream. Dream that one day no one will be able to tell that I'm German. No, that's not possible, right? Especially not with like with gnomes in lederhosen that dance around the screen if you subscribe. Yeah, thanks again, by the way, for another subscription there. Is there an English word for lederhosen? Is it like another of these German things, like Schadenfreude or Rucksack? Leather pants, I guess, right? But like for those exact kind of pants, I think it's probably just lederhosen, right? I don't know. Who cares, right? Let's focus a bit more about the game. Need one more of these sprouts, and then we are close to level 11 even. So yeah, starting from level 10, I'm not sure if I explained it good enough earlier, but starting from level 10 you actually obtain the inscribe feature, like this feature where you can basically learn and unlearn certain things. We actually got 10 points for getting to level 10. That's quite nice. Agility, stamina, bit more to strength. Yeah, suggestion. Fuck you. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I really have problems. Same thing with Scribble, I think. Scribble? Fuck me, why did I even bring this up? Suggestion. Fuck. Alright. I'm beaten. But yeah, about the inscription. So basically you click on this in case anyone is new to the stream and is wondering why there's this certain thing. You click on it and then you can basically get a spell inside the book. Send it to everyone you like to a twink, to another person playing the game, or you just can learn it again for yourself in case you want to use it. So yeah, very straightforward stuff. Sorry if anyone is watching a bit longer, but and things get a bit redundant, but I think it's really good to maybe explain things a bit more often for newer people that are joining the stream at a later point. Scribble. Scribble? That's such a strange word. I dare you on your next video. I dare you to say Eichhörnchen. We will see who's the idiot then. Yeah, I dare you. Okay, let's do this quest as well. And another spell. Let's see, maybe another heal? I don't know. What do you think, guys? What I should go for? Another heal, another spell damage? Another damage spell, or maybe utility? I will let you decide. So just comment in the stream what you want me to go for, and then I will pick that one that has the most voting points. Hamster wheel, I dare to say Eichhörnchen. That's like the translation of Scribble, basically, in German. Eichhörnchen. I kind of miss the sprint ability from Awakening on this. But I think at level 16 you get guaranteed one of the treble forms, which is pretty nice. Like if you go into utility at level 16, you get Ghost Wolf, treble form from Druid, all different sorts of stuff, so that's quite neat. Get another damage ability, alright, I think that's what we are going to do then. And we have Searing Totem, Train Soul. Ooh, Train Soul. That can come in handy. I kinda like the Flame Shock, to be honest. It's a pretty nice spell all around. But Train Soul is one of those spells that can be created at any given moment, basically. For any other spell that requires soul shards. So I don't think I can actually pass up on the chance of getting this one, so I think I will take it, even though we don't have a use for it right away, but maybe later on. Okay, this will be interesting. I'm quite glad we are a bit higher level than you need to. Oh damn it, I just realized that my stupid user interface, like my stream overlay, is actually covering the... Oh, that's bad. I'm really sorry. I think I will just deactivate it so at least you can see what I'm clicking the whole time. Wait a minute. I think it's this one. Frame. Ah, that's annoying. Well, I mean, right now you can't see it anyway, right? Because I need to get another level so I can show you. But I think it was like covered by the frame actually, wasn't it? That's annoying. Sorry guys about that. Oh, that's nice. Let's pick that one up. Let's see, some better praises. What else did we pick up on the way? I think we already have like, yeah, that's okay. All right. Oh, by the way, another interesting bit of information. Like if you're in a group, you don't get bonus XP, but if you at least want to kill a few mobs, like if you want to have it a bit easier by leveling, apparently you don't lose any XP by by leveling. So that's something you have to keep in mind. Like if I would kill those guys like with another person right now that is at my level range, we would not split the XP, we basically would keep the XP at 1 times rate, which is quite nice. Okay, this fight will be interesting. I hope can manage to do it. Let's start out with an immolate. No, that worked out quite well. But as you can see, even though we are like 4 levels higher than those guys, like it's actually not that easy. I mean, we still managed to do it, also because we have like a really nice healing spell. But in general, like if I would go here at level 8, I don't think I would stand a chance, to be honest. But I kinda like the difficulty. Like especially Wrath of the Lich King can be very easy at times, and scaling it up to that point, I think that's a pretty nice feature. No, you don't drop gear when you get killed. This is pretty different. It's also more focused on PvE. There's not even like open world PvP. Oh, actually almost dead. Fractional, if you are still here, is the like there will only be one server, right? When the thing launches. I think anything else would be insane. Like the population, to split it up even more, I think that would be quite crazy. So I guess it's rather certain that the server will only be like one server. Oh, and here we are. So as you can see, yeah, again, this is like the thing. It's really fresh implemented, and that's why it's still a bit bugged out. Like the pathing of the regular mobs works actually quite well, but those kind of RAI groups I was talking about a few times now, they are still a bit bugged. There actually was just an NPC walking around here that is unfortunately the pathing is really a bit weird on that, but yeah, that will be fixed. I think he implemented that like last night or something, and that's why there's still some fixing to be done. That's an amazing sword, by the way. I take that. So unfortunately you were not quite able to see this enemy. But yeah, they are basically patrolling around this area and around each area in each different zone. And are like mini boss encounters basically. There's another one. There's an adventurer. And that's even, and like they also have different ranks from my understanding. Like this is an adventurer rank 9. Which basically will probably just completely screw me. Yeah, I trapped as you can see. Right now I can be lucky if I just make it out alive. There's no way of fighting those guys at my current state. They even drop like totems, they have all different kinds of spells, and I think it's amazing, like the idea of having world PvE bosses like at such a stage. I think that's just amazing. Usually you get like those big dragons at level 60, 70, 80, like high end game kind of stuff where you can crew up and kill people and kill bosses. But to actually like see here, the pathing is not that good, unfortunately. But to have those bosses at this certain level, I think that's just a great idea. Especially like when this thing launches, there will be a few people online, and you just group up. You kill like one of those very unique kind of characters, and something nice drops. And like even at this rate, you don't have to wait until level 15 to do a dungeon or anything. You can like level 9, you can group up with people. You can get some nice loot, or maybe a new ability, new spell, and I think that's just amazing, to be honest. That's an idea that I've never seen on another private server so far, and I mean, why not, right? Like, why not implement something that fun? Like, I think world PvE bosses are one of the most fun encounters in a game. And to have that at this level already, I think that's just genius, to be honest. I really like it. I hate my accent, but thank you. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think we will stream maybe, let's say 10-15 more minutes, maybe do some more quests, and but I think like for a short overview and like what you can expect from the server, what is implemented, we actually covered quite a few areas. And Fractional also, like, I don't want to take too much of his time. Basically, he's been answering questions non-stop now on the chat, in-game, is probably even like balancing stuff like while doing this. And yeah, I really don't want to take too much of his time. And I also, like, I think we really covered a lot of the basics, and this video should be to give a good impression. I will continue the series, of course. I will level my character a bit longer, but this will be like, the next few parts will be for people that actually watch this kind of stuff because of me, maybe, or like because they're interested in the leveling series. And I really would like to be this part for this, well, for this impression kind of part, you know, where you actually can see what is going on, and yeah, that will be interesting. So I don't want to make it too much longer. Again, we will do one more quest, I think, and then let's do sorry, let's do Twisted Hatred. Then I think I will sign off for now. So if you have any more questions, if anything is popping into your mind, then please let me know, or like Fractional know, so that we can close the stream without any more open questions. Yeah, thanks for dropping by, Hamster. Really nice of you. Much appreciated. Again, it's not quite over yet, but just to give you a short overview, like what is going to happen in the next few minutes. And again, that you can maybe ask ask a few things if you have something in mind. So even though we are level 11 already, and those are just level 6, you can see those shadow balls actually hurt quite hard. So please, if you start playing on the server, pick up a heal spell as soon as possible. Preferably one that actually really heals you, that is like a cast animation spell. What I mean with this is that healing over time is also quite nice. But it's not as great as those kind of creator heals. Scribble, yeah. Damn it, now you made me say it again. Fuck. Scribble. Do I say it wrong, by the way? I have the feeling that I'm actually not that far off of how to pronounce it. But thanks everyone for joining the stream. It's been great fun. And actually I never had so many people watching, so that's also something new for me. Oh, have to be careful here. Would be quite embarrassing to die in those last few minutes of the stream. Maybe I should post in Discord more often when I do things. This time around I really wanted it to do, so sorry, I really wanted to do it because of the server. I said it a few times now, but this deserves so much more attention than it has gotten. Okay, I think this last encounter will actually be quite tricky. This guy is pretty well guarded, and there's a lot of mobs running around here of NPCs. Alright. There's also, I think, did I kill that rare spawn already? No, no. Right. I think... It's probably... Ah, there he comes. I think I will wait for this guy and then we will go for the boss. Like, this is so amazing. I'm like 5 levels ahead and I still have to really be really tactical and really think about my movement. Otherwise I would just get ripped apart. Okay, let's see. Pull this one. I hope the... Okay, he's already here. That's bad. Let's see if we can kill this guy. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's not good. Yeah. Whoa. That's a lot of damage. Okay. Oh, and we are even... Damn it. I really wanted to be I really wanted the stream to be debt free, but so much about that, I guess. Damn, that was a lot of damage. Holy shit. Probably because of his form. I will give it one more try, and if he can't do it, then maybe it's just, well, because this enemy is a bit too strong for us right now. But I think, like, I could imagine that because of his sort of cat form, he's just hitting like a truck. Like, this is quite insane. That's not even like a special ability, that's really just a normal hit. Critical for 108, that's really hard. Let's see if we can make it back in time before the respawn sets in and then give it another go. Let's try to end the stream on a positive note. And if not, I will just rage quit. Good thing we have the increased movement speed from our Wisp form. That helps out a lot. The thing is, I'm not too sure if I even can, like, if I can pull him without the ad next to his side. Let's buff up really quick. This time around we also have the Score of Protection. And Battle Shout. Okay, let's heal up. Alright guys, wish me luck. Damn it, I pulled another ad again. Oh, he's actually rather squishy. Huh. Okay. Now I know what I did wrong in the last encounter. I should have hit him. Should just have killed him. That was his weak spot. Damage. Who could have known that attacking enemies is actually a way of killing them? Alright. Well guys, at least we had the solution and we were able to finish the quest. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, a like would be much appreciated. And yeah, until next time, I will continue the series at a later point. Big shout out to Fractional. Thanks for taking your time to actually be on the stream, answering a few questions, and thanks for your dedication to the whole project. Yeah, thanks for every watcher, thanks for all the questions, for the interaction, much appreciated. Stay awesome guys, until next time.